Hello to all of my Aries. Hi, Aries. So we're going to get into a Fix It Tarot reading, okay? You may be looking for some solutions to a problem right now. I'm just going to shuffle these cards. We're going to get right into your reading. Okay, so Aries, the first card that I'm pulling for you, hold on. What is the situation as it is? Commitment. The frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being and with unwavering belief. So maybe there's a moment right now in your life where there's some issues with commitment, okay? Maybe this is the situation that you're dealing with. This to me looks like this is a situation that you're currently dealing with, okay? So this could be the commitment in your job, the commitment in your relationship. You could be asking yourself, what should you be committed to? Where should your energy go? Because that's where you're going to get the biggest results. Maybe you feel like the commitment that you have put into something, you're not getting your fair share in return. Maybe you're not getting the recognition. Maybe you're not getting the support. Maybe you're not even getting feedback or a response in something. It's like you just want something, some sort of reassurance. This, to me, this what this looks like. You're looking for some reassurance, um, because it's going to help you get sort of like that clarity on whether you should continue something in your life. Should you continue a relationship? Should you continue a job? Should you continue in a friendship or going after this goal? Or it's like you're looking for some sort of confirmation, okay? This is what this commitment is all about. What caused this situation for my Aries? Connections. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and renaissance with others, things, and ideas. Again, this has something to do with the connections you have in life, okay? With yourself, with other people, with things, with your own ideas. Maybe you feel disconnected in some area of your life, okay? Maybe you feel disconnected in your relationships. Maybe you feel disconnected in your job or something like that. And this to me looks like this is where this commitment is coming in. You're trying to see whether you should stay committed to doing something, putting your all into something, going after something, pursuing something, if you're not getting the result you want or the response that you're looking for. You're trying to align yourself the right way with people, places, or things or ideas. You could be trying to manifest what you want right now. And this to me also just looks like, you're trying to figure out what is the problem. It's like, what is the damn problem? Why can't I get to this point? Or why does this keep replaying? Why does this keep happening? So this card here is about, the obstacles that's in the way of what could resolve this. Sensitivity. The frequency of sensitivity helps us to open up our world subtly and detail while anchoring in a structured foundation, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. So this is you needing to see something from a different perspective. You could be a deep feeler. Everybody, so Aries, you rule the head, right? And you're a cardinal sign. So people just assume that Aries is the one, they're the thinkers, right? Because since you rule the head. But that means that you could be just very attractive. Maybe you have long flowing hair, or maybe you are handsome or attractive in the face or something like that. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a connection to your actual feelings. I feel like Aries has this reputation of not caring or being so tough they don't care, that's where that hot-headedness reputation come in. But I feel like, Aries, you are a sensitive being. You do care. You care about what people think. You do care about, you want to be seen in a positive light. You want people to understand you. You don't want your words to be misconstrued, or people to see when you're standing up for yourself, or if you see something from a different perspective, you don't want them to perceive that the wrong way, and then things just kind of get out of hand. Maybe it's because of your anger, maybe it's because of their anger, and you're just responding to them or reacting or something like that. But I feel like you could be misunderstood, and this is one of the things this is like an obstacle that's kind of, it's something that you're going to have to work through. Okay, your sensitivity. I feel like, Aries, you feel deeply. When you feel something, when you love someone, it's like that fire burns for them heavy, and you got to be careful that you don't burn bridges, or you don't send the relationship up in smoke. Okay, or if you are on the job, it's like when you're passionate about something, you got all this fire behind it, and it's something that you deeply love. You're committed to it, and you just want to see things refined. And it's like when like you are turning, like refining gold or something. You want that golden opportunity, that shine or something from all the hard work that you put into it, all the commitment that you put into these connections. And I feel like when you don't get that, what started out as a good passionate emotion can turn into anger, or possibly even rage. And this is due to you feeling so deeply. But once those bridges are burned and the smoke has cleared, it's like, oh my goodness, what did I do? What did I say? So I do feel like this is one of the challenges. And it's, Aries, it's an amazing thing to feel deeply, but it also it could feel like a curse and a blessing sometimes. It really can. Especially when you're still trying to navigate through these emotions and trying to control your emotions and not be reactive towards other people's words or their actions or their lack of support or response. This is more of you trying to get a deeper understanding of your own sensitivity, okay? And this is the card that is about, what will happen if you resolve this sensitivity, if you work through this, if you find that perfect, if not necessarily perfect, but if you finally find not if, but when you finally find your footing in this life of how to control your emotions, not taking things personal, understanding when other people are taking things personal, not projecting on people, and understanding when people are projecting on you. It's that discernment, okay? But this is the card here, the fourth card. This is about what will happen upon that resolution of these obstacles, okay? Divine feminine. This is you. It says the frequency of divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. Okay. So, Aries, even if you are a man, everyone carries masculine and feminine energy. And maybe you have not connected as much as you should to your feminine side. Even if you're a woman and you wear dresses and you wear makeup and you wear hair, you could still be really aggressive or seen that way, even if you're not trying to come off that way. Maybe you're trying to be assertive, but it is coming off as aggressive. Okay, maybe you're trying to stand up for yourself because you're like, I'm not going to be a pushover. I'm not going to just let you all assume that this is how I'm thinking, or this is how I feel, or mince my words. I'm going to speak up for myself. So there's clarity, but it can be perceived as aggression. Okay. Maybe it's the sound of your voice. Maybe you have a deep voice, or just the tone that you say it in. That saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it could be taken the wrong way, even if you didn't mean it that way. So this is you connecting to your divine feminine energy. This could be people where you're just like, so for instance, I'll use the example of, if you're a business owner and you have customers and you have a product in your store that maybe it's on sale or something, and so it's, you're trying to get it off the shelf, it's been there for a while, you kind of want people to notice this product, and you're trying to, so maybe you have like a 15% off sale, you've moved it from the side of the store to the front of the store where people can see it as soon as they come in. You have this beautiful bright light shining on, it's 15% off, right? And people start to purchase it, and then you have a customer comes back that may have, they, in the entrepreneurship community, word of mouth is the biggest thing. Okay, it's the biggest way to either ruin a business or to promote a business. Word of mouth. There could be a customer. Maybe your store is filled with customers, and I'm just using this as an example. Your brick and mortar is filled with customers that day, and people are shopping, and you have a irate customer that come in, and you're the owner of this shop, this boutique, whatever. And they come in and they're complaining about the product. Let's just say it's a cream, a hand cream or something. They're like, oh, this broke me out, and and all of these, it's cheap, it doesn't work, it says it's going to do this and it only does that, or something. And you start off by trying to just be understanding and understand what they're saying, but then they get louder and louder, and you're like, okay, you need to calm down. But the way that you're saying it, maybe you don't even realize your voice is higher than theirs, and you could feel like, okay, you're not going to come in my store, disrupt my store, have my customers feeling uncomfortable. So maybe you're asserting, you're being assertive, but it could be seen as aggressive because of how you're saying it. And I just use that as an example because you're passionate about what you're committed to, what you put your energy in, and you don't want people to ruin that, right? You want to have a good connection with your customers, but if you have a few irate customers, maybe you're thinking, oh, they're just trying to ruin my business, or who sent these people? Like, is it my competitors that sent them? There could be all these things that's running through your head, and maybe you're giving the wrong reaction to someone because of sensitivity. Maybe something happened in the past and you think, you're just assuming that this particular customer was sent by a competitor when they could have a real issue that needs to be resolved. But because you're perceiving it a certain way, you react instead of trying to de-escalate something. So this is you being in your divine feminine energy and really softening the blow. Even if you're speaking the truth, you may get into this situation and get into a conversation and then find out that this person used the hand cream over a whole nother product that you don't even sell, and it just was a bad reaction due to what they already had on their skin. Okay, or maybe it's some sort of medication they take. But if you all are arguing back and forth, you're not going to get what you need out of that. So this is you really stepping into that divine feminine energy and kind of like really getting control over your response. Like, make sure you think through your response instead of reacting. Okay, it's easy to react and have that quick comeback, but sometimes it can burn bridges. And then because that customer could be someone who goes out and say, oh, the owner of that store don't support them, they behave like this, they behave like that. And then again, like I mentioned, it could be other customers in the store watching how you're handling something. And I'm just using that as an example. But there's something that I see with this situation here where you're going to have to connect more to your divine feminine energy and be more receptive to understanding things so you can have better connections. And it doesn't affect your commitment to people, places, things, and ideas in such a negative way. Okay, those you really facilitating when it comes to your intuition and understanding, and that deep connection to the cosmos. So I'm going to set these aside because I'm going to pull some more cards about what some other things that you might be able to do to kind of help with the situation here. Okay, so another card that can help with this, that it's just some sort of action you can take to reach a resolution. Time. The energy of time supports our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be present in the moment. Okay, so like I just used the example of a customer coming into your store. If you're already swamped in the back and you're like, I gotta get these orders out by this time, I have to, I have to meet this deadline. I know I have other orders coming in and I just don't have time for this customer right now. Maybe that's a reflection of your time management. Okay, so this is more about you looking at a situation within yourself. Like, okay, if I get to my store 2 hours early before it opens, I have time to get these orders out. Maybe I can bring in another employee if I have, it in my books to pay them a little bit of overtime, or, just 1 extra hour. If we could just put into pumping these orders out, then that will help me. So when we open up the store, I can, if I have these surprises from a customer that I wasn't expecting, I can deal with them without feeling swamped. So something about you managing your time the right way is a way to kind of resolve these obstacles over here. Okay, and another way that you can resolve this is another solution to how you'll be able to resolve something. Okay, some action that you can take to reach a resolution. Curiosity. The frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic inquisitive nature, which is the necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. Yeah, so this is you really opening up your mind and saying, how, if I try this, let me see if I try this, will this kind of work? This is kind of you testing the waters in different ways, Aries, just to see if something is going to change. Okay, if you try this, is this going to work? If you try that, is that going to work? Just testing the waters, being curious, opening up your mind. You, again, I said you rule the head, opening up your mind about how you can resolve matters, using that feminine nurturing energy to really pull in what you want. Okay, and this isn't a game of manipulation. It's just learning how to navigate through these relationships in life so you don't feel your commitments are like a waste. Okay, what you're committed to, could fail. Okay, but then this is the last card here, that another card about the action that you can take to reach a resolution. Freedom. Okay, the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibilities and potential boundless expressions and bold exploration. So you got three things that you can do. Okay, like feeling more free in how you do things, not feeling so confined or restricted. Maybe so, if even if you don't own your own business, if you work for someone else, this is a time when you could just say, okay, well, I work for this company. I just need to manage my time better, and maybe that will help with these commitments and these connections, and tap more into my feminine energy. I can be assertive without being overly aggressive. Okay, and then using my curiosity to ask questions, and to find out ways that I can kind of do things and explore my options out here to make my connections deeper. And then, having that freedom to, have grace with myself and not be so hard on myself, but be okay with admitting that maybe I made a mistake in some areas, but I'm learning from that and really making a conscious effort to change, not just saying, oops, I'm sorry, or I made a mistake, or I apologize, but then repeat the same behavior. This is like, you know what? I made a mistake. Moving forward, let me make sure I correct that within myself so I don't repeat that again. Okay. And I don't feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. So this is you really putting that freedom of curiosity and time, because I feel like the more you start to manage your time, the more freedom you will have, the more it will open up doors for you to be a little more curious and kind of play with things and test things out. Okay. And I feel like that's going to be, these are the answers to, some of the things, the obstacles that you're facing, Aries. Okay. All right. So that's the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you do, and I will talk with you later.